Hello and welcome to another episode of Nolo Time. My name is Obed Velez and with me is the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
What's good? No load time. Obed, good to be with you again today, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. So excited over there breaking your microphone.
I know I don't know if you could hear that on the podcast version, but
Yeah, doing
I
well,
hit it,
man.
guys.
Yeah, he hit it, hit it. He's good. He's good to go. He's good to go. Yeah,
Cobra
doing.
Kai. I was
Yeah,
driving today and I literally saw a car completely decked out in Cobra Kai
no
stuff. It
way.
was yeah, literally said your strike first, strike hard. Yeah. I was
Nice,
like,
nice.
oh,
I saw a
yeah.
fight stick. Someone made a Cobra Kai fight stick, and it was really nice. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Yeah, dude, doing good. Staying busy. Looking forward to talking to you about some of the topics that we have here. But yeah, no, not much on my end. Watched that latest episode of Attack on Titan on Monday. That was really really good, and it looks like that we're like I think we're like 2 episodes away for the end, and that's yeah, it was good. Like this last episode was really, really good, so I'm looking forward to it. Other than that, played some more Horizon. That was really, really good too. That's
Tell me about it.
that game keeps getting better the more you play it. It's crazy. Got Elden Ring, of course that came out, but I haven't played it. Yeah, but Horizon's still really good. Still, exploring. I don't on this type of games, and I did this with the first one too. Um, I I don't usually go straight to like the story missions. I usually just do a couple side stuff and then do the story, right? Um, I'm trying to remember for the first one. I think for Zero Dawn, I think when I only had a few things left after I finished like the main story. Um, so I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm kind of like following the same progression. I feel that it's a little bit harder because to me the world seems bigger on this one. So we'll see how that ends. But so far, phenomenal. I saw that they patched it again because I did have some graphical glitches over the weekend playing Joe.
Oh,
Yeah, so lots of shimmering glitches on the water, like the water effects. Yeah, there was a few graphical glitches here and there, and they've patched it. I think they patched it Tuesday. So they're working on it. They're trying to fix all these problems. So yeah, we'll see where that ends. And yeah, looking forward to Elden Ring. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but you know, I don't think Zelda's coming out before summer or and God of War the same. So I don't. I think I'll have my summer clear to do Elden Ring then. But yeah, so far so good. Trying to think if there's anything else over the weekend. I don't think I watched anything of note. But yeah, it's pretty much it on my end, dude. What's up with you?
yeah. Yeah, I don't have much to add myself. I believe this happens the last time our last episode we had Spider-Man Blu-rays go on sale, right? The pre-orders at least.
Pre-orders,
And this
yeah,
movie's coming out in April on physical copies, I believe.
yep,
This month we'll have the digital one already out.
yeah. I think it's
Um,
April 4th, right? Something like that.
sounds somewhere on there, possibly. But I was looking to pre-order right away, and the one that I was looking for, Obed, was specifically the steel book from Best Buy.
Okay.
Because the one that you get at Target is just like a six extra art with it, which is cool.
Yeah,
Pretty cool. That's art that's made in conjunction with it. But the steel book, I don't know if you saw the one that Best Buy has.
I have
That
not.
one's
Let me
pretty
see.
cool because it has a really nice art of all the villains from the OG villains at least in the movie, all surrounding him. It's a really really nice art piece there, and it just stood out to me. It sold out. They sold those out right
Oh
away,
yeah, look, it's
and I've been
well,
trying to get it
it's
for a
sold
while
out for
now
pre-order. Yeah,
for pre-order. So
yeah.
I gotta wait probably for physical unless they release another batch. I got my eye on it. I've got my alerts on my Best Buy app, and hopefully it'll be something that comes through. But yeah, I did not expect that. Even though yes, we understand the commercially successful film. Of course, people are gonna want it. But yeah, the Best Buy Steelbook that caught me by surprise, being sold out that quick. It was
Cool.
very fast. I mean, it was I maybe within a couple hours, within 2 hours of when it was going on sales, when I finally got a chance to stop and look, and it was already gone. So
Interesting.
I will keep my
Yeah.
eye on it, and hopefully, if not, I'll be one of those people out there on that release day.
Yeah.
Give this man a copy.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say keep an eye on it. And then, the closer you get, April 12th,
Yeah,
is the release date. Yeah, it looks really nice. I like it. I like this
yeah,
steelbook case. Yeah. And that's the reason why I pre-order. I did that
yeah.
like before day pre-order on Elden Ring,
So
because,
smart.
well, the thing is that Best Buy was giving out a free steelbook for it. So
Oh,
mine was shipped, and I got it like the next day. I got it on like it came in like Saturday afternoon, so I got it pretty quick. But I think they're gone already. So like if you know what, let's fact check on the fly since I'm already on Best
you're
Buy
already on the
side.
site. You might as
Yeah.
well keep shopping, my friend.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm
Let's
sure
take a
I'm
look.
sure it's a website you visit often.
Yeah, probably on a daily basis, and they bombard me with emails
The emails and
every
yeah, deal of the day, and
bro. It's like 10 emails a day or something that they
then the
send.
algorithm picks up on what you last checked. So it's like, oh, you recently viewed this, so you might want this, and then
Yeah,
you go down the rabbit hole.
I know. Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
busy, busy.
The steel books are gone for Elden Ring.
Wow,
Yeah, and for Horizon, I don't know. I didn't show it, but I got the deluxe version that comes with a steel book and the art book. So well, it's pretty nice.
that's pretty good. Yeah, I would not be against picking up the one from Target. That's traditionally where I pick up my
That's usually
movies.
what I pick. Yeah,
But for this one, when I saw that steelbook, it caught my eye, and clearly it caught other people's eyes because it's gone quick.
looks very
So
nice. Yeah,
I will keep my eye continually on it, and keep you all posted if I end up landing that eventually. But yeah, man, we got stuff to talk about.
yeah, yeah. We got a few things going on. Um, I'm assuming that you're going tomorrow to see the Batman.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Tickets already locked in. Got
there you
my
go.
shirt here if you're watching the podcast version, guys. It's actually a glow in the dark shirt. I would turn off my light, but that might be a little weird. Maybe it will work. I don't really know. I don't know if we should try this on here. I'll try it on here.
Oh, he's gonna try it on air. Oh man.
Got another light on. It kind of glows.
Okay, kind of close. Yeah,
Be
cool.
probably better in pitch black, but
Yeah.
that's story for another time. Anyways, Obed, I would not have picked up this shirt if I didn't think this movie would be decent at the minimum.
Well,
So we gotta talk about the reactions here.
yeah, a lot of people agree with you. It's sitting at 86 on Rotten Tomatoes with a 96% audience score. Um, I heard that the not negative or middling reviews have been like hot takes that they really, you know, it's like when Batman Returns came out, right? And Batman Returns, a lot of people bombed it because it was like violent. So there's like this movie's not good because it's violent. I mean, truly, I mean, Batman Returns is one of the, I mean, if not
Yeah,
the most underrated sequel ever. Because
yeah,
I think that Batman Returns, alongside Ghostbusters 2, and the Back to the Future, part 2 and 3, are the most underrated sequels ever. Because everyone is like,
okay,
oh, yeah, like, you can't beat the first one. It's like, I know, but this is still pretty freaking good. And I think that's probably most of the people saying it's like, oh yeah, this is like super violent and dark and just like, oh, yeah, I don't like it. So, or too
yeah. I'll see.
long. Yeah,
Well, the too long, I mean, I'll find out if that's true, right? There's always a possibility. But the ones I've seen, Obed, I don't know if you've seen this too. A lot of people are criticizing the third act. That the third act, there's some things that don't come together the way they maybe would have liked it. Not like tragic or anything, just maybe not as much of a payoff.
yeah,
I've seen that a few places. But like you mentioned, if you look at on Rotten Tomatoes, like those top kind of critics, it's the same thing you're saying. It's like it's very dark, you know, Batman is has like no like emotion but just brooding, and I'm like, that's like it sounds like you just described Batman to me.
Yeah,
I
right.
wonder what the movie's about. I wonder what it's even called. You know, I'm sorry. That's
Yeah.
the
See,
sassy side of me.
with
I'm
it's
not
like,
defending the movie. It could be something maybe it's too much,
yeah, I
but
guess we'll know,
those
right?
reviews don't sway me. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll wait and see. Yeah, no, I remember because man, and I can't remember if it was a documentary that I was watching or if it was something on YouTube that one of those things that you just it was on YouTube. It was someone doing like an analysis review of Batman Returns, and and there was this lady saying that she went to see Batman Returns with her daughter back in '91 when it came out,
sure.
because well, we went to see it because I remember Batman, he was like hanging out with Robin and doing this silly
Oh,
stuff,
like
and I went
Adam
to see
West
that movie.
time.
Yeah, exactly. And when I was a
Not the
kid, I
same.
used to watch that, and then you go see there, and it's like this penguin like biting people's noses off and groping women and eating raw fish, and yeah, man.
Well, I
So,
mean, look,
what do you
it's
expect,
to
dude?
her point though, like there is a point of what people equate a character to because of past things, right? Like I've mentioned this with Thor, right? Like
Yeah,
the what they've done to Thor, I'm not too crazy about to be. I've said it like multiple times on the show, and I believe that, right? Like like especially like with an end game, right, where he's just like like people will remember him as that. So like years later, I believe we're gonna get another Thor, and I believe it's gonna be a very different take. I'm sure it will happen at some
yeah,
point, but people remember what was, right. So with Batman, unless you're a comic book guy, you understand like he's way cooler than this. Um, so you would just believe that. So I can't blame her, but no, man, like everything that we're reading to me just seems to describe Batman. Like it sounds.
yeah.
I've seen some people say. I don't know if you've seen this too, where people say that it's a good movie, but it's not really a comic book movie. Like that sounds like even better to me actually, because if you think about
Like
like
the
the
Nolan
Nolan
movies.
movies,
Yeah.
those movies, I would say it doesn't matter if you like Batman or not, if you're a superhero person or not. Like they're just good movies.
Dude, it's like
So
I've always said it. It's like it's the same thing with Dark Knight Rises. It's like,
yeah,
that movie is a crime drama. It's not a Batman movie.
you
You know.
barely get
It's
like
like,
him in the suit in
yeah,
the
it's
movie.
a crime drama about, a city that's being sieged by this terrorist group and people fighting back and the police like organizing against them.
Yeah,
That's basically what it is. What the movie's about.
basically.
And Batman happens to be in it, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's
100%.
exact. Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people were disappointed because that's what the movie is, right?
Yeah,
And I loved it. Like I think it holds up. I mean, they're all good in their each way, right? Um, I think that begins is probably not the least better one. It's still good, right? But when you
it's a
go up
good
to
movie,
like the
man.
Dark Knight and then Dark Knight Rises, like Rises is really good. Now Rises is a long movie, like this
Yeah.
one, right? It's just a little bit too long, but it gets the point across, and it's well shot and it's well written. So
Yeah, I
no,
hope that the movie is it's just at least as it's good, right? It just needs to be good.
yeah, 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 yeah.
DC just needs a good movie. You're looking at the audience reactions, you're looking at the critics' reactions. I have no reason to believe it's a bad movie. Will it be perfect? That's like don't
Probably
ask
not.
any movie to be perfect,
Nope.
But yeah, as long as it's a good movie, we'll
Not
be there.
every
But yeah, I
movie,
got the shirt. I
not
mean,
every movie
I
can beat Spider-Man No Way Home.
oh well, that's a tall tale, my
Oh,
friend.
I said
Let
it.
me don't get me started to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home, greatest movie of all time.
Yeah, do you see that it's up for the Academy Awards for like the fan favorite or whatever that new category they put in?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, it's probably gonna
I
win. Yeah,
mean,
he better win.
it's a crime if a movie.
Could you
I mean,
imagine
Avengers.
Eternals winning that?
I gotta be careful, man. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful now. I gotta be real careful about this one.
Oh,
I will change gears and tell you that Avengers Endgame not getting any critical recognition,
yeah, it
not
was
one critical
phenomenal.
recognition for what it. My thing is even just not even phenomenal. Avatar, Titanic. These are movies that it's in the same category
Yeah,
as financially. In fact, it
honestly,
passed
yeah,
until they re-released Avatar, right? But it passed those movies. And in fact, all those movies, there's a list of. I mean, if you look up, fandom that website. They have a
yeah,
chart that actually shows what other things that fall in the same category that made the same amount of money. Endgame did not receive one recognition or nomination on that. So
man.
that's a crime. I would say if Spider-Man No Way Home continues to get no recognition like that, it's a crime. It's a crime, man. You
Yeah.
know, it does
Um,
not need to have best picture. I'm just saying it needs something. It could be best costume for what I care.
yeah, no, honestly, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's something, right?
yeah.
Was it like Kevin Smith? Yeah, Kevin Smith was saying that it was like, oh, how dare you like overlook Spider Man? Like
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
like honestly,
People
how
don't
dare
go to
you?
watch a movie like that four, five. I mean, however many times. They used to look at me
It
strange for that kind of stuff.
it's
People
sitting
are
at
out there
number three,
doing this.
right?
Yeah, they keep watching it over and
Yeah.
over and over. You don't watch a movie like that if it's bad or
No.
okay. Like this is
Yeah.
a profound film. Okay, I don't get off my
No.
soapbox
Yeah. You're
about
gonna.
that because we're
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah. Yeah.
Batman
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
We're real careful now, but
Yeah.
yeah, Batman is looks to be good. I know that people are watching it right now. We're recording this on March the 3rd. Technically, today's the official release date. People have already seen fan screenings. Oh,
Yep.
but I've muted accounts already on the socials.
Oh, you did.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
my pure experience when I walk into that theater. I look forward to seeing it tomorrow evening. You got tickets yet, man?
I do not. So I'm planning to
Okay,
go. I have a few days off coming up in a
okay,
couple of weeks.
okay.
So I'm
Ooh,
hoping to go in one of those days. Yeah.
I will keep spoiler free, guys. Next
Yeah.
week. Next week will be the spoiler free version.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm planning to go probably like the following week. I
Okay.
took a few days off and may just go around and see it. So yeah, cool, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely, it's one of the most anticipated ones for the year. So definitely looking forward to that. All right, so something kind of I guess unexpected on my end, uh, but I guess kind of cool is happening. So we've all known that Sony, when was it? A couple of years ago when they purchased Funimation? Was it last year, 2 years ago?
I think it was last year.
Yeah,
2020, 2021 is kind of a blur, man.
yeah. Let's like blend it together. So, so they bought Crunchyroll not too long ago. I think like probably like before Christmas, right? I was like, not. It was a couple of months ago, and well, they announced yesterday, Joel, that uh, they're phasing out Funimation, and they're. I mean, the way that I understand it, right, and correct me if I'm wrong. Is that Funimation is being phased out as a brand, and Crunchyroll is going to become the brand now for Sony. So, well, they started with the app, so now they're consolidating, and the Funimation app that I've been using is going away, and going all the content that's there. It's going to go that it's not on Crunchyroll right now. It's going to go into Crunchyroll. So I got an email yesterday, like around noon, because this was announced yesterday morning. Around noon, I get the email that my account's already been migrated. So
Wow,
they've already,
fast.
yeah, like they've already moved the account over. So very interesting. Now they have it's the largest anime library in the world right now.
Wow,
Um, and yeah, Sony making big moves. Sony's had a great year, dude. Like
wow.
Spider Man and PS5 and Crunchyroll. Yeah, man, they're having a great year. So
Bungie.
yeah, very cool. So they're moving all of their content that was on Crunchy on Funimation, moving it over to Crunchyroll. So um, yeah, a lot of good content there. Uh, interesting fact, Joel, that I did not know last week when we were talking about the Near anime that's been done by Aniplex. Aniplex is owned by Sony, so the anime studio. So
Wow.
yeah, they're a division of Sony Music Japan. So they're
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, cool stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is a brilliant move. I think this is it doesn't matter if you're if you're a business executive or the common consumer, like it only makes sense when you have this kinds of consolidations for intellectual properties and products and services that you own because it's more intuitive. You require people who are your Crunchyroll people, you require them now to catch on to the Funimation content that you have. You're a Funimation person, and now you're inviting these people to join into the Crunchyroll, right? It's kind of it's kind of like the beauty of like when you think of like the what they did with HBO Max, right? Where they said we're gonna take our DC Universe online. And we're not going to just keep that separate. We're going to merge those properties into the HBO Max subscription service and let you be able to have all that content in one place. Well, I think if they didn't do that, but I think the quality of that service would have a drastic hit. I really do believe that, and it would just wouldn't make as much sense. What they're doing at Sony is they're making decisions, excuse me, that make sense to the consumer, and that's going to pay off. I always believe that when you put the consumer first, and it's truly a genuinely good decision. Like I think that you'll see revenue flow behind that. So they're already doing well, right? Sony's already making their money because they
Yeah,
listen to the people,
they're
and
listening.
it's a great thing when you're known for that as a company. They're really doing well. I give them a lot of credit. I mean, you mentioned it, like Spider-Man No Way Home. I can go back to that movie often, right? They gave the people what they wanted. I love that they're doing this Funimation Crunchyroll conversion and quick. Like they didn't just say it,
Yeah,
like you said, that's a quick turnaround.
it's like yeah,
That means
we're in.
they have a strategy in place and they're wasting nobody's time. Love it.
Yeah, there's I, I can't wait because yeah, they already have that partnership going on with Harmony Gold, and they're bringing the Macross stuff over for the first time in 40 years. Literally 40 years because Macross came out, I think October '82 when it debuted, and it was released as Robotech here in sometime in '85, I think. So um, yeah, I'm looking forward to all that macro stuff that we never got to see, right? Because it stayed in Japan because Harmony Gold was like, no, we're gonna do our own thing with the robots. It's like, but what you're doing sucks. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for Do You Remember Love on Blu-ray or 4K. I know that there's a 4K version coming out in Japan, but no subtitles. I need subtitles. And so I'm looking forward for that to be released over here, and I'll definitely that's a pre-order for me for sure. So yeah, very good stuff going on at Sony, man. They're gonna have a they're doing very well. Like it's funny because they've been poked fun for a while, but now they're doing good. I mean, they're still struggling with their cell phones. It's like I don't know what they're thinking. They need to subsidize these things and
We
release
had
them
our conversations
on
about the
plans.
Xperia and all
Yeah,
this
man.
stuff, man.
Yeah, they need to do that. Of course, they've already sold like their laptops. Like it's been a while since they sold it off, and then um, they just need to get on board with like releasing those phones and compete against Samsung because, like, honestly, it's like Samsung's going like unchallenged in the Android market right
Right.
now.
Well,
I mean, well, you got the One Plus, right, and Huawei, and we can't buy Huawei here anymore, but uh,
the Google Pixel.
yeah, Pixel is probably the only one, but even Pixel, like against Samsung, is just
Yeah.
not doing
No.
much against it. Yeah, um, yeah, they should have they should just go ahead and do that. And then their TVs, I mean, their TVs do good because they're good quality TVs.
They're like a
Um,
Sony television.
yeah, Sony TVs are really good. I've had zero problems with mine. I've had it for man, I bought it. It's like 2015. Yeah,
Mm.
and it's been working great. It's still like, and I we use it every single day for like 12 hours a day. So yeah, buy a Sony TV if you have a chance. Not paid by Sony.
I was
Listen,
gonna say he's
not
wearing the
not pay,
hat,
I'm not paid by
like cashing
Sony.
a
It's
check.
it's good
We're
quality,
praising
man.
all their stuff.
I've had, dude, I had an LG that I had here in this room. I barely used it, and it broke. It's like, dude, I
Wow.
barely used that TV. And that Sony is like workhorse every day, 12 hours a day. Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I was gonna buy one over the Super Bowl weekend, but my tax refund was late. But yeah, those are
Uncle Sam.
yeah, guys. You should have done them like as soon as possible because mine took a month.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, I usually get it within like 10 days. So yeah, yeah. So good stuff. Just real quick, today is the fifth anniversary of the Switch, Joe, and I guess we can do a little bit of a retrospective here on the Switch. And uh, what a good little console, man.
The good little console that did and continues to keep going. Like we talked about the life cycle the other day, where they said they're what middle life cycle, right? They're saying for
Nintendo said,
this,
yeah, that they're in the
and
middle of the life cycle. Yep.
like, man, that is so smart of them. Like they're sticking with something that really like Obit. I don't think anyone's asking for a new new console from them because it's just that good. What they have, like what they have, is just fantastic. Now, yes, of course, technology advances, innovations come, and it's going to be time. So they're smart to be working on what's next. But dude, I mean, outside of I would say a slight. I wouldn't say like put it in a complete negative, but it was a slight letdown. The OLED launch, right? The
Okay.
release of that.
Yeah,
I
because we
wouldn't
were
put it in a
expecting
complete
more. Yeah.
negative. Yeah, I think maybe got overhyped. Like I think what everything they've done thus far, just purely based on the console, like separate from the games, what they just delivered with the tech that they have. It's like it completely sets them apart from all their competition because you can't like I feel like when you say Xbox or PlayStation, you have to talk about games, right? Like when you
Yeah.
talk about these guys, you're like, all right, I have my PlayStation because I play this, I have my Xbox because I play this. But when you talk about the Switch, it's a completely different experience, and it's the best comparison you give it to is the Wii. Like it to me is
Yeah.
it delivered that, and it
Yeah, it
already
is.
surpassed that. So yeah, retrospect, like they're having A's all across their report card for me, dude.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think yeah, you hit the nail right in the head when you said that you can compare it with a Wii because they've already surpassed the Wii. Um, Not even that, dude. Like I think when it comes to like just overall game quality,
Yeah.
it's just miles ahead of the Switch. I think that um maybe the both Mario Galaxies because both Mario Galaxies are fantastic games, and
Yeah.
there's already one on the Switch. If you were able to grab those the Mario collection, which is I guess like expensive now. I don't know. I haven't checked.
I
Um,
mean, usually that's what happens with those, right?
yeah.
Like GameCube games. Those.
Yep. And then and probably Mario Kart. Because I mean, I talked about Skyward Sword and how I felt about it. So I mean, just to me, I mean, it's an okay game. It's not like as a Zelda game. It's probably in my bottom. It's like down there with Zelda 2. So, and you know, but yeah, I mean, when you look at it, you got Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart with like immense amounts of content, and then you get uh, Mario Odyssey. That you get all the Wii U stuff that was moved over, a new Yoshi game, Smash Bros. Like when you keep piling up stuff, right? It's like, oh, this is like a quality library when you compare it with a Wii. You get on the Wii, you just get half-ass ports from PS2 games, and it was weird, right? With the
Yeah.
things that we're doing with the Wii, but you know, here and there you get sprinkles of genius like Mario Galaxy and two. So yeah, I think yeah, like right now, the Switch is probably gonna hold up well for another year and a half. I don't know if you saw Joe on early this week. I think it was on Monday. There was a huge leak from Nvidia They were talking about a next gen graphics chip that
Wow.
has 4K and AI upscaling and all this stuff, right? And then on the notes for the graphics chip, they said that that is for this for a version of a Nintendo product or something.
Oh,
Like the
okay, okay.
nomenclature was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay, well, there you
yeah.
go. They were
There it is.
probably just waiting for that, and then and they've already confirmed that whatever comes next will be backwards compatible with the Switch. I don't. I think they're just gonna go platform like PlayStation and Xbox are, and they're just gonna just go ahead and have it be compatible. But I think I don't think we'll see anything this year for Switch Pro. I think, but next year will be the year, right?
Which they shouldn't. I mean, think about the chip shortages and things going on right now. Don't get expectations too ready yet.
Yeah. Well, right now you can actually find Switches everywhere, which is good. Like you can get the
Right.
OLED and you can get the regular one online. You can find them everywhere.
Yeah.
The lights are everywhere too. Um, the thing that concerns me with that, right, is that a lot of people are looking forward for the sequel to Breath of the Wild coming out this year because they said it's coming out this year.
Oh,
That thing's gonna come in. That thing's gonna come out with a new console, dude. Not, like I guarantee
yeah.
it. Like was today 3/3? Yeah, timestamp it 3/3 2022 34:45 on the podcast. It's Zelda's not coming out this year. It's coming out with a new Switch in spring of next year. Prediction
It
time.
makes sense.
Yep. So, um, but yeah, good stuff. Switch a good little console. I like it. The online could be better, and that online premium, the one that has the Sega games, should be cheaper in my opinion. So, because I wanted the Genesis games, and I was like, I'm not gonna spend this extra money. I wanted to play Castlevania and what was it? Castlevania and the other one that's there. Totally forgot what it was. Oh, and Musha. So, but I'm not gonna pay that money for Castlevania and Musha. I'll just, I mean, I have a computer. That's all I have to say.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So,
Great place.
yeah, exactly. You're just a click away and a keyword away from finding out. Anywho, we do not condone it. Buy it. Buy it if it's on sale. If it's not on sale anywhere, feel free to uh, make your own path. Um, that's all I got to say about that. But speaking of turning around, Joel, uh, the Xbox, I guess the Xbox Series, uh, have already sold the Xbox One in Japan for the lifetime of the Xbox One.
Amazing.
That's how big of a disaster the Xbox One was. That a year later, and they've already outsold lifetime sales of the Xbox One. Good for them. It's really good. Yeah, I heard that the Series S is selling very well overseas, over in Japan. I've heard that before. I sent you a picture over the weekend, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. You sent me
Yep.
a picture just sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah. I was at Target, and it was like 10 of them right there
I
on
should have
the.
picked one up.
Yeah, for the price, bro.
It's
Honestly,
good. It's good.
like
Yeah.
use your credit card rewards. Like if you have credit card
Yeah.
points,
Yeah.
and get it half price, it's totally worth it.
It's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
it's gonna be your Game Pass machine. Like if I get it,
Right.
yeah. Like if I get one for cheap, right? Um, like I wouldn't mind paying the $10 a month for Game Pass or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and just have it be a Game Pass machine. Honestly,
Yeah.
so
100%. And
um,
there's a lot Game Pass has to offer. Well, there was
yeah,
something recently I saw that was coming to Game Pass. That was pretty
Guardians,
big. That's
Guardians
what
is
it
coming
was.
out. Yep,
Guardians. There it
yep,
is. Yep.
yeah. See,
They got a good lineup.
yeah, they do, they have good stuff. They have some big names and they have some obscure stuff. It's not bad. Like honestly, I think Game Pass is a really good deal, all in all. But at the end of the day, it is kind of like a Netflix where if you
Right.
don't play this now, it may not be here 3 months from now.
But that's probably the perfect console for like little Billy. Like, he gets his console,
Yeah.
he gets his service, Aunt Susie gets him the service, and then he gets to play a new game every so often, and they don't have to worry about keep buying him games and spending a boatload of money on this console, this hardware, and he still gets to play new stuff. Little Billy's gonna do good when he gets his Series S. It's a good deal. It's a good deal.
Yeah, yeah, for little Billy. Um, yeah, I mean it's good. I think it's a good console, honestly. And
Same.
I have zero gripes with Xbox, honestly, right now. I think that Spencer has done a really good job on turning the
Yes.
ship around, creating a positive mindset on the gamer's mind, and they have a compelling product. I think the X uh, is a great console, right? But I think this is where the S is where it's at. Like I think that's the one the that you know I think that's the one to get. Granted, right? Um, you would need to get an expansion for that hard drive because that hard drive is too small.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm down to like 200 gigs on my PS5. Um, I think I'm going to upgrade soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, to upgrade the drive. They went down substantially. I don't know if you've seen the price on the
I have not.
hard drive. There, you can get a 1 terabyte for like 120.
Wow.
Yeah, they go up to like 180 for like the Samsung and the Western Digitals. But you can get like a what was it? I saw one the other day because I got a like an alert on like a deal alert, and it was like it was 120. I think it was like Kingston or something that was
Okay, cool.
PS5 compatible, and it was like 120. They do recommend that you get a one that has a heatsink. If not, get a heatsink for the one that you buy. But heatsinks are $10 on Amazon, so you
Yeah.
know. But I think I'm gonna upgrade because Horizon was pretty big. It was like
Oh
80.
yeah.
It was like 80 gigs. Yeah, that was a big install.
So
Um,
does this mean that PlayStation 6 is gonna need to be a 2 terabyte machine?
if it's gonna be 8K, yes.
Yeah.
If it's
A
gonna be
minimum
8K,
2 terabytes.
yeah. If it's gonna be 8K, they have to do
Or
at
like two
least
and a
two.
half.
Yeah, yeah, you're totally right. Also, so um, but I'm still playing DMC5 on the mornings. Like I go take my daughter to school and play some DMC5 and then jump in and work at 9. So um, I've taken it for granted, right? Because I started watching like old DMC5 stuff on YouTube, and the load times were so bad.
Oh,
Like on
talk about load times on
PS4,
no load time.
like on PS4, dude. I was like,
Wow.
oh, this is bad. And now it's like, boom, going to the menu, boom. Because I remember that when you went back to the main menu, it had like a 15-second load time. And now it's like main menu, boom, main menu comes up. It's like,
See, kids these days don't want to appreciate that because you and I come from a time and a generation where patience was a virtue, and you
yeah,
just knew you couldn't just pop it in and play. You had to wait for the copy and the download to run, and then you could fire it up. Like,
yeah.
dude, I almost every time I get to launch, anything on PS5, I'm just shocked at
It's
how fast. Like, it doesn't get
incredible.
old to me. Where some people they're just used to it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I remember like always having to wait.
When you jump back and it's crazy, right? Because it happened to me one day that we I hadn't played PS3 for a long time, and my
Oh,
daughter wanted
okay.
to play something on PS3, and I booted up, and I was like, oh my gosh! I was like waiting for like 3 days for that thing to load up, and then load again,
Yep.
and I don't mind the UI at all, right? The UI is not the
Me either.
problem, but yo. So I don't know. Have you seen any of the Elden Ring like loading videos?
No, I'm
Yeah.
staying away from
Okay.
any spoilers and stuff because it's
Yeah.
so good that I'm like, I get a strange feeling that this
Yeah.
might be one of those I end up playing.
Yeah. I've only seen like the Digital Foundry stuff.
Okay, cool.
but PS5 like the loading, it actually loads. It's like a 6 second load, and then Xbox takes about 17 seconds to load, which is weird because
Yeah.
Xbox is supposed to have like the same or very similar like bandwidth to the PS5, but clearly the PS5 is the drive is faster. So, but yeah, I mean you can see it on Ratchet. Like Ratchet is incredible, right? When you jump in and everything's so like everything happens instant and fast travel on Miles. Like you can just fast travel is like instant. You don't have to sit in the subway car or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good, right?
You're in New York in a matter of seconds. You boot up your console, you have Spidey load, you just it's insane.
Yeah,
Doesn't
and
get
yeah,
old.
and like the MC5, it doesn't take like it loads up like right away. It just takes like 2 seconds for everything. It's like this is great, dude. Like especially like if you have a limited time, right? Like in the morning,
Right.
right? Like I
Right.
play before I jump into work. I only have about an hour and 10 minutes total time that I can play. And you just jump in, turn it on, and you press a button, you're in, right? It's awesome. You don't have to sit there and wait for the load.
No,
And then you
no.
get killed and you have to wait for the checkpoint to load back up. It's like another 2 minutes. And then yeah, it's so good. Like I appreciate it. Like thank you, Mark Cerny. Like I really do thank you.
We didn't appreciate enough him taking the time to explain with his
Yeah.
soft, charismatic voice.
I can listen to him for
The-
hours, man. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
So relaxing. Did you see that there's a that they that Mark Cerny will slash Sony they filed a patent for like a proprietary ray tracing thing for PS5. Yeah, they're
No.
they're doing their own thing. They're not using.
Wow.
I guess they're moving away from using uh the AMD ray tracing that they're using, and they're gonna use
Their
their
own.
own thing that they did. Yeah,
Wow.
that works on everything. I guess.
It's kind of like
So
the way Apple went with their own chips and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
M1, all that. They're
Yeah.
building their
Well,
own. Okay.
yeah. Well, it's like instead of using the API from the AMD chip, they'll
Yeah.
just use one that they made proprietary for PlayStation.
Their own
So
developer. Okay.
yeah, man. Very good stuff. I'm looking forward to everything else that comes out on PlayStation. Honestly,
Definitely.
yeah. This year, yeah, it's got to be God of War, right? But um, it's Final Fantasy 16 and part two of remake of 7 remake and all that. So very much looking forward to a lot more gaming experiences. So all right, Joe. Do you want to tread lightly, or we can share, I guess, opinions and
Yeah.
yeah, from
Let's
what
do
we've
it.
seen. So
Because we've not gone. We've not been
yeah,
there.
no, I can't afford it. So at least not yet. So um,
I like that answer.
Galactic Star Cruisers, or I should say Star Wars colon Galactic Star Cruiser. Yesterday was the maiden voyage of the Halcyon, and there's a very mixed bag of stuff that's out there. We've known, right? And I do, I do want to be realistic, and these things are not easy. Like you're doing this thing for the first time and going through the whole thing. This is, one, a first for Disney, two, a first for the guest. So I think that we should be a little bit more gracious to Disney because it's the first time that an experience like this has been done at the resort. Um, you know, and kudos to them because it seems like everything was working except for Rise of the Resistance this morning when they went to the studios. It's like, well, I mean, it's out of their control, right? It's one of those things that it just happens. But from what I've seen, other than the size of the bunk beds, which are clearly designed for children,
Yeah.
right? Those are not for grown-ups. I don't know if you saw the guy that's like, but I can fit. Like, if I curl up like this, I can fit in the bed. It's like, no,
Oh man.
you don't need to curl. That is for a
Right.
child, not for a grown man.
Right. Right.
So, you like, other than the, the nitpicking and, that all that. From what I saw, like inside the house in itself, that was pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, I've watched random clips on social media because of course they sent out all the influencers to try and hype this thing up, right? And that's a smart marketing move. Can't judge
Yeah.
them for that. Like you mentioned, Obed, it's ambitious. What they're doing, people talk about it like it's been done before. It hasn't. Like they're treating this like you're on a cruise ship, but it's you're not obviously, right?
No.
The Star Cruiser literally is like a cruise experience, themed to a fantasy world, completely immersive, and still trying to give you a vacation at the same time. So it's a lot. I think the consistency is around like, well, why not this or why not that? And maybe there's an answer that an Imagineer could tell you. It sounds to like most of us, we can probably all make the same deductions of the fact that clearly the powers that be want this to be sticking to the sequels, and that's been a consistent theme. That's not just the Star Cruiser; that's just across the company as a whole, which is
Yeah.
why y'all got to be happy you're getting your Obi-Wan Kenobi series and this kind of stuff, right?
Boba
Because it's
Fett.
it's very
Yeah.
respectful. Boba Fett, like
Yeah.
that's special, and we should be thankful for it. But yeah, with the Star Cruiser, I really do think that I think most people, if they just went there and were not Star Wars like sweaties, like I think they would
Yeah.
be the ones who would have the best experience. And I still think Obed, even for the sweaties, I still think as hard as they might be on it, they would definitely still have an entertaining time. Like there's things to
Yeah.
be done that are entertaining. Now, the show, I don't know if you've seen clips of the show that
I've
they
seen
do.
clips of it. Yeah.
That was probably one of the coolest things actually that I'm like, they should be doing this in the parks because
It was supposed to be in
it
the
was
park.
supposed to be. Right. Like I don't
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil stuff, but like the clips of like Kylo Ren force choking and like I don't know how, but she's like Rey's like gliding across the room, just like the movies, like as if the force is real. Like it makes you feel
Yeah.
that's the immersive stuff where you see them using effects like that, right?
And that's what's sad
Or
about it because
the
I,
lightsaber ignites
you
and it
know,
goes pouring up. Like
like I've said it before, like Star
yeah,
Wars is my number one favorite thing, right? And
it's
and
great.
I can't experience it because I don't have the means to
Yeah,
get $5,300 out right now and just
yeah,
go there for 2 days. Like I can't. I'm like saying it. I'm sad about it, right?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but that's the reality, right? There, uh, you know, of course, there's Star Wars hardcore fans that are going to pay it, right?
Right.
But there's
They're gonna whip
also
out the
going to
loan and they're gonna experience it.
but there's also going to be this, the type of people that, hey, kids, let's go to the Star Wars thing, and the kid just wants to be on their iPad for the whole day and not enjoy it.
Yeah,
And you know,
can't control that.
and just because you have the means to experience it, and hey, I experienced it, right? But it saddens me. Like I can't afford it. I can't do this. Like, dude, that's like I can fix whatever is that's with $5,300 I can fix everything that's wrong with this house right now, and just
Yeah, yeah,
like it would be a savvier investment
yeah.
uh, in
You're a
my
responsible adult,
yeah, exactly.
even
I
as a
mean,
fan, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't
yeah,
hurt.
exactly. It does hurt. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing, and I think that's what it's making a lot of these do you want to call them like like I guess controversial YouTubers salty about it? Is that a lot of them can't afford it, and they're all taking dumps on it just because I don't know,
I
spend
mean,
6 grand on it, but it looks
I mean,
dope. It looks
maybe
looks
I'm.
cool, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean that might be why they're salty, but there's a lot of them. They're just salty about Star Wars in general.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
just
Oh
add more gasoline on the fire, right?
yeah. I mean, Well,
So, but
whatever. It's
it,
whatever. I'm over it, right? Like I'm over like this 100% like you know, it's like what's wrong with just being neutral, right? You don't have to be a shill, but you don't have to be a hater, right? It's like just be objective about your content. You don't have to always be on one end of it, you
yeah,
know.
that's the
So
divisive. It's very
yeah,
divisive. Pick a
exactly.
side, and that's not bringing fandom together. But no, I mean, I don't think anyone's wrong for liking this.
No,
I
absolutely
don't think
not.
anyone's wrong for not liking this, but at least from what we've seen, we've not gone on it clearly because that's the whole point of this. Is what we've seen is it looks like something that we would still probably have a good time at. Some like people like us, like Disney, if you want to send a no load time out there, I think we would have a good time because there's looks like there's plenty of things out there that they've done that's really cool. Like even like the
Yeah,
aspect of how you get transported into, like I know we joked
yeah,
about the whole truck thing. I haven't seen anything with that yet, but I saw something else recently and it looked
yeah.
really
The
really
like the
cool.
pod. Yeah, it's like it
Yeah.
reminded me of Disney Quest. Remember Disney Quest
Yes.
when you get
Yes.
on the magic elevator and
Yeah.
you just go. Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of that. So
Pretty cool.
yeah, and it looks nice. Like honestly, like people saying like right because a lot of people were judging it before from what we've saw. It was like, oh, it looks like Star Trek. It doesn't look like Star Wars. But now you look at it, it kind of looks like Bespin. Like
Yes.
you know,
Yes, I
it does
agree.
have a lot of a Star Wars aesthetic to it. It's just that uh, I think that I don't think it's a bad product, right? I think that yes, it's prohibitively expensive, um, and 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 I think that they really dropped the ball with the early marketing stuff. Like they really showed like the empty hallways and they just like the early marketing stuff was just not good at all.
Yeah.
I think they probably could have waited a little bit more where things were a little bit more finished and then do something a little bit more natural versus what they did originally that got taken down and all that because I mean it was they admitted that it was bad because they took it down. So,
Right.
you know,
Although maybe that was something they needed. Like maybe that
word of
that
mouth.
negativity,
Yeah.
like maybe they did cause them to make certain changes that we're not aware of that only when you're there
Yeah.
you'd catch on and say, oh, I don't know. I
True.
mean, it's a glass half full, glass half empty kind of look at this. I wanna not be harsh on it because I see what they done and I think I would have plenty of entertainment out of it.
The
So
food looks
I
good.
think it would be a good time. Yeah, food
The
looks
food looks
good.
good. Yeah. Not
Yeah,
into.
the show was probably was one of the coolest things to me. Was that the whole like? Did you see the moving the rock thing? Like the
I
thing
did
where
see that.
like
Yeah.
outside. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's
The
pretty
little
cool.
garden thing that they have. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. It looks cool. You know, and again, I wish I could experience it. It's like
Yeah.
I can't
Well,
do
especially your
this.
daughter. Your daughter would love
Oh,
this, man.
bro. Like she would go
Like you've seen the
crazy.
kids walking around with Chewbacca. You've seen that where they're like crawling around in there. Like
Yeah.
your daughter would love that,
Like
man.
she would really really love it. So
Yeah.
I would love it. I would crawl like a kid with Chewbacca. I
I
don't
know. I
care.
know you. I'm
Holy
right there with you,
crap!
brother.
Are you serious? Yeah, man. But it looks good, right? Um, you know, if there is one negative, right, it has to be that it is unfortunately out of the price range of your average consumer because you know it's too short of a time, right? You do have a very personalized experience, and it all seems to be very cool. Uh, but you know, it's unfortunate that the true Star Wars fans are most of us are not going to be able to experience it, right? This is one of those things that I think about it, right? And it's like, well, I'm never going to go. So, you know,
Never say never.
eh,
Miracles happen.
it's like, so it's fine, right? The miracles
Yeah.
happen. It's like, go back to my drawer. I have a, I don't know, lotto ticket that I haven't checked for like 3 months.
Right. That's the
It's like, what
one.
the heck,
That's
bro?
the one.
Yeah.
Galactic Star Cruiser. Here it comes
Yeah,
open.
yeah, right. Here I come. Um, but you know, it's yeah. I mean, I'm fine with not going. I wish I could go, but you know, they I think that as a whole, the concept is great. It seems like it was executed well based on not only early reviews but paying guests that started doing it yesterday. So I have not seen, other than like the first group that got there and they all tried to get in at the same time, and like they were not organized at the entrance. Other than that, it seems like everything went really well.
which
And
is not
rise,
happening only there.
yeah, and then rise of that rise of the resistance being down, of course. But again, that ride goes down all the time. It's it's what it is. When when you have a ride of that sort of complexity, something's bound to go wrong. So it's understandable. But yeah, it's cool. Wish I could go. I mean, we'll see. Stranger things have happened, right? Maybe I'll get my wish. Um, but yeah, the other thing that I had, Joel, that I wanted to mention is that allegedly, Disney is going to test a version of Disney Plus with ads that would cost less.
Yeah, and I think Chapek has mentioned this before. I think he was interviewed about this in the past too. So I I don't know, man. Um, is this gonna keep them from raising the price on like everything like
I'm
too
I'm
drastically?
surprised
Like
we
is there?
haven't gotten a price change this year. Like
Yeah,
based
yeah,
on what Chapek's been doing
yeah.
with like every 3 months just raise the price. I was like, what the heck? So I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if they can cut it down to like $4 a month,
Yeah, I'm curious like how
may-
this will affect because maybe this is their way of combating like those crazy price hikes by giving those different options. So
yeah, yep. No, we'll see. It's gonna be interesting what happens over at Disney Plus. I know that in a couple of weeks we get the Marvel stuff in that we mentioned last week.
I
So
know.
that's big deal stuff. Uncensored, and they're coming in 100%. I'm guessing there's gonna have a disclaimer of sorts. So it's gonna be interesting when those roll in. But yeah, for the most part, it looks like things are rolling, and we shall see. All right, just doing a quick scrub here, Joel. I think we're all set.
Alrighty, awesome. Yeah, I
Yep.
think it was a good episode, my friend. We've got a lot more to talk about next week after I see the Batman. Who knows? Maybe you'll see. I don't know. I know you're waiting. We'll
Oh,
see. It's all
probably
good,
wait.
my friend. But no, it's been great. Good. We encourage everyone to stay connected with us. So make sure you're subscribed to our show on the podcast platforms of your choice. You can find us No Load Time, Spotify. Uh, you're looking at Amazon Music, Google, iTunes. We're out there. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on those platforms. You can also subscribe to our video version on our YouTube channel. And then, of course, we invite you to share these episodes with your friends and family. You can follow us on social media at No Load Time, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you're watching on one of our video versions right now, you can see all those socials down below in the lower graphic. And then also, we have a Twitch account where we're also broadcasting live our episodes as we record them, typically on Thursday nights, Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you are following us on our Twitch account, No Load Time altogether. And then last but not least, we welcome your feedback, questions, comments, and you can send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. Thank you all so much, and we look forward to speaking with you on the next episode.
Thank you guys. Stay safe. We'll see you again next time.